Hey guys, Philly here, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be covering the new Update 12 and Update 12.5 changes that are coming in, well, the next update. So, they pretty much released a whole roadmap of Update 12 and Update 12.5. Super good. A lot of news to cover, some little things that I'm a little disappointed about, but we can cover that in other videos. But let's go over everything that they are releasing. So, let's hit this quick. So, the new skills. Okay, we have been waiting for many updates for new skills, and they actually told us what the skills are going to be. So, someone at the Blox dev team is a huge Krillin fan, apparently, because they are two Krillin moves. Destructo Disc and Solar Flare. So they're releasing both those, which is really cool. I'm really excited for Solar Flare because I think that's going to be a stun move that might affect bosses. We don't know. I'm hoping it affects skill immunity bosses, but again, we have no idea. I think it's going to have some sort of blinding effect where like a boss can't target you. That would make the most sense, which is a new status effect. But again, yeah, that's very cool. The next is a new NPC world locator feature. Now, I'm assuming this is going to go in this little menu slot that is empty right here. Now, this is very noob friendly. It really doesn't affect veteran players that have played for a while and kind of know what's up. If you guys have followed my channel, you probably don't need this feature at all because I've covered all of its uses in my channel before, but pretty much any new player that gets onto the game will be able to locate any boss in the map, so they'll know where like Broly is, they'll know where Jigray is. It's very useful for that, and it also will tell them what items those bosses drop. So it's not super useful for players that have already played the game a lot, but very noob friendly, which is good to see. Obviously, we want more new players to get into the game. Super good, right? The next thing is a cooldown when trading with other players when they change the currency amount. So if they change the amount of gold zenny they've put in the thing, if they try to scam you pretty much, then it puts a cooldown on it. So you can't actually accept the trade before the cooldown runs out, so therefore it will stop most scams. Now, they've done this before, but they did it on only items, I believe, so it wasn't actually a thing that affected on currency, which is really good that they've changed this to currency as well, because a lot of people were still getting scammed. So hopefully that kicks out a lot of the scammers, and not as many people are falling for their tricks. But anyway, guys, the next one was a glitch fix. I'm not going to go over it. It's really minor. It doesn't change anything. The next thing, though, the big thing, this is a huge one. I'm super excited for this one. EXP mats that drop on the ground in chests normally will no longer drop on chests, and they will be automatically added to your inventory, so they won't be in a chest anymore, which is really useful. A lot of people wanted either a chest to be added that was unique and whatever, right? So people didn't think it was an item or something like that. But now this is a lot better because they will just automatically be added to your inventory, so you don't have to worry about going and collecting the chest after you kill a boss. Super useful. I'm super happy with that one. I'm very pumped. That's probably one of my favorite changes of this update. It's just super quality of life. Changes a massive thing. The next one is really good for a lot of players. I know a lot of players groan about this all the time, and it's very irritating. But Droid Planet Raid Boss will now have a 25 rebirth requirement to participate in the raid. Now, a huge issue because the Droid Planet, what happened was, because they removed all the rebirth requirements for it, in previous updates you needed like 25 rebirths to go to the Crimson Planet, but when they released update 10, I think it was, they removed all of that. So what happens is a bunch of noob players will stand on the droid, they'll take the space up, they won't do any damage, but they'll get the items and stuff like that from the boss, which is very irritating when someone else gets the items you want, and you've just done all the damage, and they haven't done anything. So it's good to see that there'll be at least a 25 rebirth requirement on that. I'm super happy about that, super pumped. The next thing, I'm not going to cover it in this video because I want to make a full video about it, but Drain is getting buffed. Now, personally, I don't think these buffs are enough, but they are an improvement nonetheless. But pretty much what has happened is Drain, the range is increased and the cooldown has decreased. So the range buff has gone from 75 studs to 95 studs, which is super good. It's a pretty decently sized range buff. And the cooldown has gone from 60 seconds to 45 seconds. Again, super useful on the cooldown one, not so much the range. Range is useful, but the cooldown's very nice. Again, I'm going to make a full video on this, so I'm not going to cover it too much, but yeah, as I said, I'm a little bit disappointed on that buff, but we'll go into the update 12.5. So this will happen after the update that we're going to get soon, hopefully. So this is a huge one. Update 12.5 is quite big. They're adding 2 new raid bosses. Obviously, with 2 new raid bosses, they're going to add more items as well. I'm going to take a wild guess and say there's going to be 4 good items that come out of this. The Great Droid himself drops 2 good items. He drops the Power Pole, and he drops the the demonic mask. So I'm assuming the other bosses are going to follow the same kind of like pursuit and like flow. So they're probably going to drop 2 good items that are very useful. The other stuff is just like useful, but not as much as the other stuff, right? You get what I mean? So obviously, new items, good stuff. So there'll be a new boss chooser feature. So all the bosses are going to be in the droid world still. But the thing is, right, players will be able to choose which boss they want to battle. So there won't be any new world. They will be able to choose, though, which boss they want to battle. So if they want to battle the Great Spider, which is the new boss that's coming in. Now, we don't know what the third one is. He does say here that 2 new raid bosses are coming in. But we don't know what the third one is. We only know the Great Droid, obviously, which we have now. And we know the Great Spider, which we saw in a previous leak. You can go check that video out if you want. But we don't know what the third one is. So I know a lot of people are going to speculate Whis or something like that. We have no idea, guys. Seriously, no clue. But it would be cool to see what those bosses are nonetheless. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it.